All right. Well, good morning. It's nice to see everybody here. My name is Stephanie Congo. I live in Memphis, Tennessee, and I've been connected to the TBI community here through Carolyn Chambers, as some of you have met this morning. And I got into this group because I myself had a TBI 3 years ago. And so now it's been a while now of me using my yoga skills and energy medicine to help myself, get back to more of a kind of a normal lifestyle. I certainly spent many months on the couch after my accident, and it's been a slow and steady progression of getting better. So, I am a yoga therapist. I've been doing yoga for about 20 years now. And I've also do and teach energy medicine. So both of these things are more of a holistic approach to life and living and taking care of yourself. Uh, what I found over the years, whenever I had an accident, I hurt my thumb or I injured even when I injured my head, I would go to all these doctors and they would, they say, I can't help you, or, oh, there's nothing wrong with you, or, oh, it's all in your head. And it's like, no, I feel this pain. My thumb is not getting better, the different things. So I've just had to really reach out to keep learning new things that would help me. And so at this point, over these 20 years of gathering lots of yoga skills and movements and meditation from a ton of teachers all over the world, going to Hawaii and Chicago and South America, it's just been a really fun journey for me. So I'm here today to share some of this with you. The focus today is on boosting your immune system because, right, it's cold season, flu. This information will help you with asthma and also dealing with the pandemic right now. So everybody, if you want to find your comfortable seat, we'll just get started with some of this movement information. And I'll try to teach a little bit as I go to give you some information about what we're doing. So first of all, just sit up nice and tall in your chairs, bringing the top of your head up as high to the ceiling as you can. Your chin is parallel to the floor, and your hands are just gently resting in your lap. So your feet are flat on the floor. And we're going to close our eyes and just take a moment to tune in and notice what the inside feels like today. So, noticing your breath as your breath moves in and your breath moves out. Noticing your seat sitting on the chair. Noticing your feet gently resting on the floor. And allowing your shoulders to rest down your back. Maybe sitting up a little bit taller. And notice your breathing and see maybe if you can do a 4 count to inhale and a 4 count to exhale. So we'll do the same length of breath. So inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And continuing maybe 3 or 4 more rounds of breathing, calming your nervous system. And taking one nice slow breath in. And another breath out. And then gently opening your eyes. Everybody will bring our hands together at the heart space. If you wish to set an intention for our time together, maybe there's a word or a phrase that comes to mind. And breathing 3 times into your hands, into your heart. And then releasing your hands down to your sides, lifting one shoulder high and then the other. So today we're going to do some movements. We're going to wake up the spine a little bit. We're going to work on some breathing like we were just doing. And we'll make some movements to help us balance some of our energies and boost our immune systems, and do some more calming holds. So lifting one shoulder and then the other, stretching that whole side of the body, and then the other. All right, stretching both arms wide to the sides and starting to turn to your right. Look to the right a little bit and then come back to center and turn to the left. Back to center. You can go slow or you can go fast. And at any time, if you need to adapt a pose that we do, say for example, if your arms can't come this high, you're welcome to keep them low and just turn gently side to side. All right, moving the spine, twisting it open. Couple more times. And coming back to center, stretch your fingertips wide to the side walls as far as you can reach. Feeling that opening in your chest here, opening the lungs wide. Breathing into the center of your heart. And then slowly bringing your hands back to your waist. We're going to lean forward, so tucking your chin, looking down to your feet. And then coming back up, and gaze looks up to the ceiling, opening your throat. So a couple more times, tuck your chin, lean forward. And look up to the ceiling. And again, if this movement's too much for you, just go a couple of inches up and down, or you don't even have to move your head. All right, last one. And let's bring our fingertips to the center of the sternum here. This is the thymus point. So we're going to start tapping the thymus. The thymus is in charge of manufacturing T cells. Has a big responsibility in boosting the immune system. So we're going to bring some attention to it and wake it up by tapping it. You can even Rub it a little bit if that feels better. You can alternate your fists, or you can just do light tapping with your fingertips, whatever might feel good here. All righty, let's have everybody on mute. All right, that's the thymus. So opening up the arms wide again. We're going to move into tracing the lung meridian. So Chinese medicine has 14 meridian lines. If you're familiar with acupuncture, with the needles, the acupuncturist will put needles all over different points on the body to help open up the pathways and the channels. So I have a little person here. This is an example. I'll kind of bring it up close so you can see it. But this is just an example, if you're not familiar with the meridians, of where they flow on the body and all the different points. So you'll see them all the way up and down the back. They go over the head. They go to the face. They go to the hands. They go all the way down the legs. And then there's a bunch on the feet. So when you see a river flowing, or a stream even, the water's moving very easily down the river, right? And what happens when big logs get stuck or you dump some stones in the middle of the stream? The flow gets blocked. And so it's the same with these meridian lines throughout the body. You want the lines to be running smooth and clear so your energy is flowing and not being stopped. So we're going to work on flushing the lung meridian. The lung meridian starts up here on the upper chest on the sides. So if you want to find those 2 points, you can just put your hands over the points. And the lung comes up. You can just take your right hand and goes up the shoulder, down the arm, and off the thumb. So this is the lung in the forwards direction. And now we're going to go backwards and we're going to clear any blocks or obstructions in the way. So you're just going to come backwards up the thumb, up the arm, and to this chest point. And release, shake it out a little bit. And then we're going to go forwards 3 times. So bring your hand to your chest, up the shoulder, down the thumb for 1, 2, and 3 times, bringing fresh energy into the lungs. All right, we got to do it on both sides. Other side, hand to your upper chest, just under the collarbone. We're going to lift the hand up to the shoulder, down the arm, off the thumb. That's forwards. And then we're going to bring it backwards. So tracing the palm, the fingertips up the arm, to the shoulder, to the point on the chest. Shake it off. And finding that flow down the lung meridian 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. So we have just cleared that channel. All right, there are lymphatic points all over the body. The lymph is kind of like the blood, right? It helps to move toxins throughout the body. So the lungs, lymphatic points are right here on the sternum. There's a line that comes up and down. So we're just going to rub those points. You can use 1 hand, you can use 2 hands. The lymph system does not have a pump. The heart has, the blood is pumped through the heart, right? The heart is always beating to push the blood through the whole system. The lymph system does not. And that's why we have to either rub different points. That's why we exercise and we walk to help the lymph system move on its own. And the importance of the lungs is the lungs actually remove 70% of our waste and toxins in the body. So that's breathing. And so anytime we can help support the lungs, will help support our breathing and our immune system to help move this fluid to be processed through our bodies. All right. Now let's come back up to the lung acupressure points. It's kind of about halfway between the breast and the shoulder if you're going to make a diagonal line. And we're just going to rub these points. So you can actually rub any of the points on the upper chest here if those feel good to you. Sometimes if a point is a little bit tender, it just means you need to rub it a little bit more. So I am just using a very soft touch. If you like a deeper touch, if that feels good to you, you can do that. Otherwise, just kind of softly moving these. Let's come back to those 2 lung points in particular. Clearing their energy to bring fluidity to the system. All right, let's shake that off. We're going to do the neck stretch next, and this is going to help open the throat. So let's bring the fingertips to the chin. I'm just going to turn my face to the side a little bit. You're going to bring one hand. Well, I'm going to take my right fingertips and slowly drag them back to my ear, just behind my ear. And then I'm going to bring the fingertips down the neck nice and gently. And then cross both hands over the heart. Take a nice deep breath in and out through the mouth. And let's do that one more time. So fingertips to the chin, gently trace and open the throat back behind the ear. This is a triple warmer point, which I'll talk about in a minute, but we're gonna hold that point and then gently trace down the throat to the side. Hands come back to the heart. Take a deep breath in and sigh out the mouth. All right, other side 2 times. Fingertips to the chin. Open the throat to, this is my left, behind the ear. Trace it down the neck. And bring both hands to your heart space. Breathe in. Exhale out the mouth. And one more time. Fingertips to the chin. Open, stretch the throat to the side, and then down the side of the neck. And both hands come to the heart. Breathe in. Exhale out. All right, and then we're gonna bring both hands up to the lungs. So one hand on each of your upper lungs here. Closing your eyes and feeling the warmth from your hands warm and energize your lungs. Sending love to your lungs. Sending healing. Sending good energy waves. And just allowing your hands to connect to the lung space. All right, and open your eyes. We're going to slowly pull the fingertips across the chest. And just let's do that a couple of times, just opening up the space here. Energy needs space to move. So whenever you stretch, whenever you open something, you create space for things to move. All right, let's inhale the arms overhead and exhale, palms down, sweeping down to the floor. 2 more times. Inhale, arms stretch up, fingers touch, exhale, sweep down. Last time, inhale up, exhale down. All right, let's get out of our chairs for a couple of minutes. So if you want, you can just put your chair over to the side. You can do some of this sitting as well if that's better for you. Let me change up the camera a little bit. So let's start with this digestive breathing movement. Let me come back here. All right. So we're going to bend your knees. So just bend your knees and come back up to standing. Just to get a little bit of movement here. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can even bring your arms up overhead and come back down, bending your knees. Getting the body moving to help move that lymph fluid throughout your body so that your body can start to process those toxins. Alrighty. This time we're gonna come down, bend your knees, stick out your butt. And this one is called digestive breathing. So we're going to breathe all the way down to our belly. And we're going to breathe in the nose and out the mouth. And so, where did this go? So you're going to inhale and engage the belly and pull it up, tuck your chin in, and then exhale out, look up to the ceiling and drop your belly to the floor, arching your back a little bit. And then inhale, arch the back high, pull the belly in. Exhale, look up to the ceiling, arching the back. Inhale, tuck in. Exhale out and look up. One more time. Inhale, engage the belly. Exhale out and look up. All right, come back up to standing. Shake out your legs a little bit. Shake out your arms. Your digestion is very important to bring some energy down here to help move things. All right, so let's come up and do some tapping. We're going to connect to some other acupressure points. So this is the beginning of the stomach meridian, which helps us ground. So everybody tapping your cheekbones. If any of the tapping is too much for you, you can just hold your cheeks. This is lower today. Just hold your cheeks where you can tap. All right, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bring your hands down to your chest, about an inch below your collarbones and about an inch out from the center. This is the end of the kidney meridian. This is kidney 27. Kidney is like the on button on your computer. And we always want all of your energies to be running forwards as opposed to draining your back batteries. So this is like recharging the batteries in your body. So tapping here, it's also kind of like the monkeys in the jungle, right? What do? They pound and they bring energy to this area because they are energizing their whole bodies. So you can, again, you can tap and thump as hard as you want, or you can just do a lighter tap. All right, take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Remember, 70% of your waste is out through your breathing. All right, let's come back to the thymus because you can never tap the thymus too much. The thymus is in the center on that sternum. All right, take a deep breath in and out through the mouth. And then hands come to the spleen. This is the fourth thump that we do. So how about halfway between the armpit and the waist? You can tap, you can use flat hands or fists here. The spleen is like the mother of our energy systems, always taking care of things, feeding everybody, making sure everything is in order. And it's also a very big player in our immune systems. When the spleen is compromised, everything kind of starts to fall apart. We start to get sick. We start to get tired. We can't process sugar. We can't process food very well or our emotions. We start getting a little kind of haywired, right? Because when mom is kind of crazy, everything kind of falls apart, right? So we got to keep mom happy here. All right, let's bring your hands to the sides of your ribs. We'll breathe in and sighing out. Let's do that a couple more times, just feeling your ribs expand and contract. 2 more times. And slowly bring your hands down your sides. All right, let's bring one hand to the top of the opposite shoulder. And we're going to do some crossover. So crossing over the front body to the other side and the other hand to the opposite shoulder. I like to breathe in and exhale across to the other side. And we'll just go back and forth at your own pace here. This helps to connect both hemispheres of the brain. So right side and left side. All right, the other way you can do that is bring your pointer finger. I'll come a little bit closer for this. And you're gonna start in between your two eyes, and we're going to draw a figure 8. So you're gonna draw one circle around one eye and then the other. So you're just drawing a figure 8 over your eyes. So this is something you can do when you're just laying in bed. You can put your finger in the air, like I'm doing it in the air because of my glasses, but you can also just do it on your skin. It's very soothing and it helps to reorganize the right and the left sides. Alrighty, yes, and you can always do this on another person. You can even do the crossovers. It works really well if you do the crossovers on another person on their back. All right, let's see. Let's do the unscrambling one. So I'm going to step back so you can see my legs a little bit better. And what we're gonna do is cross over one foot, so your legs are gonna be crossed. And then you're gonna take your arms, so everybody reach your arms out. And you might just cross your arms here, turn your palms to face each other, and then clasp your palms. You might just hang out here like this. And if you can, you also can tuck your hands under towards your chest and rest here for about 30 seconds to a minute. So let me do that again. Take your arms out straight, cross the arms, turn the palms to face each other, touch the palms together, clasp the hands, and then tuck the hands under and rest them on your heart. So just standing up tall here, focusing on your breathing. This is helping us to unscramble the energies from the front to the back of the brain. All right, let's release your hands and untuck your feet. We're going to do one more time on the other side. So cross your feet the other way. This is a good little balance trick. And then same thing with your arms. If you can remember which was on top, you can switch and do it the other way. So straight arms, cross them over, turn the palms to face each other, match the palms, and tuck the arms under. And like I said, this is kind of a pretzel. So if you kind of just want to give yourself a big hug here to cross over, you can. You can kind of any sort of crossing over or crisscross or make yourself look like a pretzel is kind of the idea behind it. All right, so standing tall, focusing on your mindful breathing. Relaxing your shoulders. All right, one more breath in and out. And then you can slowly untuck your arms and untuck your feet. And we're going to bring all 10 of our fingertips together. So kind of like you're making a little steeple. And you're going to bring your thumbs in between your two eyebrows. Fingertips are all pointing upwards. So this helps to bring all the energies into that calm, centered space. Taking a few moments to breathe in and out. All right, taking your fingertips to your forehead, we're going to separate the hands across the forehead, coming to the ears. And again, coming back to the center, maybe a little bit higher. We end up thinking a lot, right? So one way to help clear the energy in your head is to separate it. So we're going to come all the way down the head and all the way back to the back of the head and down the neck. So you can do a light pressure here. You can go a little bit deeper with your fingertips. But I'm just going to come all the way down the back of my head and pull all the way down the back of my neck. And I'm going to do it again because usually this can feel pretty good. So across the forehead, you can go behind the ears a little bit and starting back up at the top, all the way down the back of the head. All right, and then when you get to the neck, let's hold the hands on the top of the shoulders. Take a deep breath in and sighing out. Dragging the hands forward, we'll cross them at the heart, taking a breath in and out. And release the hands. All right, we have just one or two more standing, and then we'll make our way back to our seats. So with the spleen, we want to energize and move this spleen energy. So we can do that by stretching. And this exercise is called Connecting Heaven and Earth. So I'm just kind of warming up a little bit here to start. But what we're going to do is separate the hands. We're going to bring the hands together, bend your knees a little bit, and then reach one arm high to the ceiling, flexing that hand and looking up to the ceiling. Stretch high, look down to the bottom hand, and then bring your hands back to center, bend your knees a little bit, and we'll do the other side. So reaching high, looking up, looking low, and hands come back to center. Let's do that one more time on each side. This helps with grounding. Inhale, hold the breath, look up. Look down. Exhale back to center. Last time, other side. Stretch, look up, reach high. And look low. Exhale, bring your hands back to center. We're going to lean over into a forward fold and just swing your arms to the left and to the right. And then you're going to roll your hands in a ball towards the body as you come up. So rolling it all the way up to the ceiling, stretch your hands high and sweep your arms back down to your sides. Let's bring both hands to the pubic bone. We're going to trace up the central meridian. So up the front of the body, up the throat, and turn your fingertips at the lips. We'll do that 2 more times. So hands to the pubic bone, tracing up the center, up the throat, ending at the lips, and 1 more time, tracing up. And then turn around, we're going to do the back. So governing meridian is on the back. Bring your hand to your tailbone. Reach the hand up your back as high as you can go. Pick it up with the other hand. We're going to come over the head and down the face to the lips again. 2 more times. Tailbone, tracing up, over the head to the lips. And last time, tracing up and over the head. That helps us create this nice, solid egg shape around the body. We have this auric field, kind of like a spaceship, or sorry, like a spacesuit, or you hear people talking about a bubble around you. Those are the 2 energies that will help keep you nice and centered in this bigger space around you. All right, let's come back to our seats if you're not there already. And we'll close with a couple more things to help us calm and be centered. So this next one is called the hookup. We're going to bring the middle finger to between the eyebrows and the other to the belly button. So this is helping to connect to the front and the back energies like I was just talking about. And if you want, you can close your eyes and listen to your breathing. The idea with the breath is that we want it to be slow and smooth. So just notice if you're breathing fast or if it's choppy. All right, maybe taking one more breath here. And then relaxing your hands back down to your lap. This next exercise is one of the most potent exercises you can do to support your body and your energies through COVID. So we're going to see if I can remember it. All right, there's a couple of points. All right, this is one of them. Let's bring we're going to bring one hand. So you're gonna come back and find a point on the side of your shoulder, kind of where your shoulder, your arm meets your body. So you're gonna press in deeply there and then bring your thumb. Actually, it's the other way around. Sorry, let's start over. So take your thumb and stick it in kind of in the side of your arm. And then your fingertips are going to come to, there's a notch in your throat. And so we're going to connect those 2 points. So this is a lung point and a triple warmer point that we're calming here. And then let's bring the other hand to the forehead. So the triple warmer I talked about earlier is a partner with the spleen meridian. The triple warmer is part of the fire element, and it helps to protect our bodies. But sometimes it gets a little too overzealous, and it sends a few too many troops out there to protect us. And so that's when we need to sort of calm it down. And so that's when we use some of these points to calm. All right, let's switch sides. So other hand, put your thumb in your kind of in the side of your arm here and their fingertips into the notch at your throat. Just gentle holds, and we'll bring the other hand up to the forehead. You can also place your other hand just below your belly button. That's another point, the triple warmer calming. It's kind of the same as the throat notch, so that's also an option. All right, let's take 2 more nice deep breaths here. And then release both hands back down to your lap. All right, this time let's bring our thumb underneath the chin, and you're gonna bring the 2 fingertips to the top of the lip. So this is helping to bring that energy into the center line. Now let's just bring the other hand over the heart space. And we're just going to shift one thing slightly. So you're going to bring your fingertips behind, keep your thumb at under your chin, and bring your other fingertips behind your ear to find that calming point again on the triple warmer meridian. And then we'll hold that for a couple more breaths on this side. All right, and let's release that hand. We'll do the other side. So other thumb to the chin, 2 fingers to the top of the lip, and we'll bring the opposite hand to the heart this time. Just allowing yourself to get quiet, feeling all of this peaceful energy that you've just created for yourself. And keep your thumb at the chin. We're going to bring those fingertips back behind the ear to rest gently on the neck. So this points also connect behind the ear. The triple warmer meridian runs right next to the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve does a very similar thing to triple warmer. It's also involved in helping to keep our systems calm, but it can also fluctuate into stages of fight, flight, or freeze. So those two, the vagus nerve, which we know more in medicine, and the triple warmer, which we know more in energy medicine, they kind of work as a team, and they kind of do the same thing, which is kind of funny because they're in this same spot behind the ear. All right, let's take a couple more breaths here. And then you can bring that hand on top of the hand at your heart. And just notice how your breathing is now compared to the beginning of class. Just notice the speed and the depth. And notice if it's smooth or choppy. All right, and slowly bring your hands down the belly, off at the hips, and just slide your hands down your legs and off your knees. And we'll reach the arms high overhead, fingertips touch. And exhale, sweeping your arms down to your sides. Let's inhale one more time, reaching high. And exhale, coming back down. And we'll bring our hands together at the heart space to close our practice. Maybe closing your eyes and just tuning into your body, sitting nice and tall, feeling your sit bones on your seat, grounding your feet into the earth, and reaching the top of your head up to the sky. If you would like to come back to your intention from the beginning of class, noticing how it sits with you now. And breathing 3 times into your hands, into your heart. And then gently opening your eyes. Thank you all for joining me for this little introductory practice today. At this time, I'm happy to open up the floor for if people want to have questions or something they'd like to share, maybe how you're feeling right now. I know this work can be a little bit different than what folks are used to. So I'm happy. Yeah.
So I'm missing a spleen.
Okay.
So how does the energy work if the organ is gone?
The energy is still there. So if anything, you still connect into the spleen energy, just like if it was still there. One of my clients actually, they took out her spleen as well. And so we are always just working on balancing her spleen, even though it's not there. It's kind of like when you're missing, like, you know, if a soldier or somebody had to have their foot amputated, you know, they still feel that their foot is there, right?
They have
Those
a
are the
phantom organ.
What's that?
Phantom organ. You know, they call it a phantom limb.
Exactly.
Phantom organ.
Exactly. So it's because the energy is still there. Yep.
Thank you.
Sure.
That's a great question, Joan.
Anybody else? How are you feeling right now?
How are we feeling, guys?
I feel good.
All right.
Thank you, Steph.
Like,
You're
I
welcome.
always get a sense
I've
of
been so
peace and
stressed
joy.
lately. Like, me and my boyfriend are having to forcibly move, and so like I haven't really taken a moment to myself to kind of do something like this. And so now I feel a lot more calm and like put together. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
How did you get your injury?
So my injury, I got it was October 2017, and I was doing acrobatics in the park, and somebody was holding me, and I was kind of hanging onto their hands, and something happened. I slipped and fell, landed on my head, and that was it. It's amazing how fast things can change.
Oh yeah. Mine is from a car accident
Okay.
a long time ago, 2013.
Yeah.
Mine is from 2015.
Okay.
Car accident also, right, Allie?
Yep.
Okay.
Anybody else want to share how their accident happened?
I was hit by a car December 13th of 2019. I think the car won.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you just gotta keep at it.
Crystal, did you want to say something?
No.
Okay. We're just so glad that you're here today with us.
Yes.
And that beautiful smile.
You did a great job adapting the exercises.
And
Yes.
since you're in Chattanooga, I would be your service coordinator. If there's anything you ever need, I'm here locally to help you.
Yeah.
Okay, so feel free to reach out and we'll do whatever we can. And Miss Hayla, I put Carolyn's phone number in the chat box for you. I had noticed where you'd asked for that, so hopefully you can see that. And well, Miss Stephanie, we so appreciate today. This has been wonderful, and I'm glad we didn't have to wake anyone up afterwards. Very relaxing, and like you said, I think it's trying to get it in our mind to try to do something different and to give it a chance. And I think sometimes the thought of yoga or Tai Chi or some of these things, sometimes we thought of that as like, oh, they do that in another country. That's not really us. Or, you know, we just have all these misconceptions about things that we could really have control over and do from our own home even. So we'll have this tape today and you guys can go back and watch it again and again and again. And we've got the one from last time as well that you can watch. It was not quite as long as this one, but and then as Stephanie does this on a regular basis. So if anyone's interested in her classes, you know, feel free to let me know. I can try to send out that link as well. when Stephanie helps me get this loaded to YouTube. so
Yeah.
that we can,
Yeah, we can do that. Right now I have a chair yoga class. So very similar to what we were doing today, only it's a little bit more yoga, but I do include some of these movements and calming and balancing exercises in there. So it's a lot of working on balance, strength, and flexibility. And that class is Wednesday mornings at 10 o'clock Central Time. So if anybody is interested in that, it's just a small class on Zoom. And my email address is stephanielovesyoga@gmail.com. You can certainly always reach out to Lisa to get my contact information as well. If you want to find me on Facebook, it's Stephanie Congo or Stephanie Loves Yoga. So I hope everybody got a good taste of some different points and exercises to work on to help strengthen your bodies for colds, flus, asthma, and the pandemic. And just keep breathing, breathe in and out. The more kind of mindful attention you can bring into the present moment, the more things will start to balance and be centered. So thank you all for joining us today.
Thanks for
Great.
coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steph.
Yes,
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for including us, guys. You have a great day.